Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night. We had a week off due to a bereavement on my part, and we've been a little hit or miss here lately. Also because due to illness and bereavement on my part. So blame me, blame me. Yeah, it's just been a tough month. And so we are going to try to get back on this horse tonight. This idea was come up by Abby, which true to form, he comes up with a great idea, and we work on it all week. And then the night of, Abby's like, "I got a headache," or whatever, as it be. I gotta visit my mom, or you know, I I've got to do this, that, or the other. But anyway, so he always comes up with these great ideas, and we put them on, and then he's nowhere. But anyway, hopefully we will do a good job on the this idea. I'm sure he'll let us hear about it if we don't cover all the points he wanted covered. But anyway, in his absence, I've got to bring a couple people on, including this guy.
Sir, nobody worries about upsetting a droid.
That's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. Wookiees are known to do that.
Hey, yo.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. All right.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
And the guy that everybody's really here to see, this guy.
If it's no Scottish, it's crap!
Ta-da! It is I. Hey.
Yep.
We're all saved.
All right.
I
Okay.
wouldn't go that far.
Well, we got so we got the show. We got the show. Kroll showed up, so we don't need anything else.
You mean we're live?
Yeah, we're live.
Wow.
Hello.
Right. Okay. So let me see. Got B Dog here. Hell yes, they started that shit. Little biatch parkours. Okay. Frost says, "I'm going to try to listen as much as I can to make a judgment based on the evidence." All right. Yo, alcohol, sun, and golf. Hell of a combination. Yeah. Well, if Abby's into that, then yeah, he probably is a little sick. Has to wash the dishes. Oh, and balls.
That might be the source of his headache. A little bit of the old
and balls. Okay, well, it doesn't really take me that long to wash my balls, but of course I must not have bulbous orbs like his. Thanks for that image. Anyway,
Just not well endowed, apparently.
Yeah. Okay, I had to turn my my light down because I was looking pale compared to the Scottish guy. So
Your skin.
yeah, well, us Scottish people, pale blue.
There, bunny.
Little light blue, little light
blue, yeah.
Anyway, so all right, so we're gonna talk about a modern conspiracy theory that a 85% increase in in like massive fires happening since year 2020 is just a mere coincidence. Okay,
of course,
especially since the properties it's taken out are pretty high dollar property. Some of the most affluent property in the United States, mostly in blue states, as a matter of fact, entirely in blue states.
Yes.
Okay, including area right outside of San Francisco, area around Malibu in LA, and a place in Maui.
Oh yeah.
Oh joy, San Francisco.
Yeah. Yeah.
My little
right outside San Francisco.
my little cousin is literally moving out there just and not too long.
Why?
Her partner's
Yeah,
out there, so
why don't he just?
her partner's out there, so
Oy vey.
Yeah, I know, but why doesn't she just move to like Nairobi or,
I don't know.
or some other lawless
There you go.
third world nation? I mean,
But you know how it is. You know how it is with these fires. Fires are attracted to rich people's houses. That's how it works.
There we go.
yeah, evidently they are.
It's a shame that San Francisco hasn't succumbed to that.
Well,
Too much
oddly
shit.
enough,
Yes.
it's only taking out like suburban areas where rich people live that vote red.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so strangely
Fire
enough,
can be moody.
yeah, it
Yeah.
can be. It can be. It's not targeted though. It's not targeted. No.
No,
Okay.
it's
Of
climate change.
course.
All right. Okay. So the first part of our premise is that this is happening. So our premise for tonight is particle weapons. Is this happening because of particle weapons, or is it just random happenstance
Random shit.
that fires are just bursting into existence in very targeted areas and going like rampaging through and leaving some places completely untouched, including things that are blue that might even be plastic, and
Yeah.
other things are being like completely totally reduced to ash within the same
Yeah.
square footage.
I
So-
loved some of the comments on one of those short videos I watched earlier.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
houses completely burnt, but the trees are okay. Yeah, totally normal.
Yeah, obviously. So so there's a couple of things that we need for our premise, okay? We need it is it viable? Okay, hey guys, we're going to come on. Obviously not doing real well. I think it'll contribute anything to the discussion. No problem, Abby. We'll see you when you feel
Yep,
better, man.
Take care,
Whoa.
buddy. Take care.
No problem.
Whoa. You come up with a subject, but you don't think you can contribute to it. That's funny.
Well, he's not feeling too grand right now, so
All right.
probably,
Well, if you are a co-host of the show and you don't come on the show, we reserve the right to take shots at you. So, I would expect people to
That's
take
okay.
shots.
He probably owns Kevlar, so
Oh, okay. All right. Well, he doesn't live in California. That you have to do that to jog in California.
Well,
But yeah.
Anyway.
Anything blue survives.
Yeah. Okay. About that. There's something really unique about blue. I got a video. What's
okay.
this?
I missed
Ah,
that
cool.
one earlier. Yeah.
You hear all this talk about blue light being harmful, but do you know what blue light actually is? Blue light is one of the types of light that form the white light we get from the sun, together with red, orange, yellow, green, violet and indigo. This is called the EM spectrum of visible light. At the end we have the UV light, which can't actually be seen by the human eye. The energy of these waves increases as we go towards the end, which makes blue light one of the highest intensity types of visible light. Light is made of EM waves that emit energy, and it's this energy that we perceive as light. These waves come in different wavelengths, which means we get different colours of light. These are the different colours of light that we can perceive from the EM spectrum. So blue light is actually everywhere. It's in the light that travels from the sun all the way to the Earth. Because the wavelength of blue light waves is so small, they collide with air molecules a lot more than any other colour, and they get scattered everywhere. That's actually what makes the sky blue. That's why your body uses this blue light from the sun to make the difference between day and night and regulate your sleep cycle. But our eyes' natural filters barely provide us with enough protection from blue light on a particularly sunny day. The blue light from your devices is even worse. LED devices emit much stronger blue light than we get from the sun. Spending hours staring at a screen can cause eye damage and fatigue. This is due to most lower energy waves being absorbed by the cornea, the eye's outer membrane. Blue light goes straight through due to its high energy and slowly deteriorates the retina. And because our brains use blue light to differentiate between day and night and boost alertness, spending time on your phone, tablet or laptop late at night fools your body into thinking it should keep you awake. It's all of them: phones, tablets, any gadget with an illuminated display. They all use blue LEDs because they're energy efficient and cheaper to produce. But your body disagrees. Basically, what keeps you awake and alert during the day can severely affect the quality of your sleep at night. Blue light has also been shown to suppress secretion of melatonin, a hormone that is produced at night and helps your body prepare for sleep. And melatonin isn't just linked to poor sleep. Scientists have also managed to find a correlation between melatonin deprivation and conditions like cancer, diabetes, and clinical depression. Do you still think your tablet is that harmless? Well, there is a way you can prevent it. Scientists have now designed special screen protectors that stop the blue light from reaching your eyes and causing damage to your retina. At a microscopic level.
Yeah, there was something about like fake products being sold online that are just, crap for protecting against the blue light. I heard about that fairly recently.
Well, in the context of what we're talking about, the blue light has a higher frequency wave, and it basically is affected by air particles in a way that no other part of the light spectrum is. That's why you see a blue sky. You notice that? Well,
sometimes we get those in Scotland. You know how it is.
Yeah. Well, occasionally. I'm sorry. Yeah. Occasionally you'll see the blue sky like once a year.
Yeah. If we're lucky.
Sorry. If you're lucky. All right. Just look at the tints of your skin. That's blue. That's what blue looks like. Anyway. All right. So think about it. Blue though is it can be tightly focused and it moves through these air particles or whatever, and it can be focused into a long range weapon. And I've got a video. So while we're speculating here, it sounds like sci-fi, right? Sounds like, oh, we don't have directed energy weapons. We don't have particle beams.
That blue light, that means that Obi-Wan's lightsaber is like more powerful because it's blue.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Yeah. We're all nerdier from having heard that. But anyway, so all right. So this is all like science fiction, right? Maybe not.
This newly released footage shows the Dragonfire laser directed energy weapon system in action, and it could be in the hands of military personnel in 5 years' time. It destroys targets with an intense beam of light and has pinpoint accuracy. It's able to hit something the size of a £1 coin from a kilometre away.
So we've been talking about the cost of firing a laser weapon to be £10 a shot. And really all we're talking about is the cost of the energy that you need to fire the laser weapon. Obviously, once you've got the system in place in the first place. And that compares very favorably with missiles, which might be thousands or tens of thousands or even more per single shot.
Scientists say Dragonfire proved itself in testing in Scotland and has the potential to transform the UK's defence capability. It could be used on land or sea and would remove the reliance on high-cost ammunition.
Drones are a really good example of the kinds of targets that a laser weapon would be very effective against. And certainly in our demonstrations, drones are one of the targets that we've successfully engaged on a number of occasions at really useful ranges.
Britain isn't alone in developing this technology. Militaries around the world see the advantage, like Israel, which has Iron Beam, designed to destroy short-range objects too close for the Iron Dome system.
We don't like to compare Dragonfire too specifically with what's being done in other countries. because they have their own research programs which we're not privy to. But what I would note is that the Dragonfire technology that we've designed is UK bespoke technology, which is owned by us and can be used by us in support of generating laser weapons for our own platforms in future.
Dragonfire is now back from Scotland and will potentially be involved in further trials. Claire Sadler, Forces News. Thanks for watching. For more from Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.
I watched that one earlier, yeah. Yeah. It's not quite as cool as the satellite-based.
Okay. All right.
It's
Okay.
not quite as cool as the satellite.
Right.
It's not quite as cool as the satellite-based ion cannon.
No, that's cool. Okay. All right. Now we in an earlier show, we covered that this technology was some of the groundwork was laid as early as the early part of the 20th century by who?
Tesla.
Nikola Tesla. Yes.
Right.
Tesla.
So he theoretically, he already worked it out theoretically, and the rumor is that the documents that he wrote his theories down in, who acquired them? Anybody remember?
Nobody. They
back
just
to our show?
disappeared out of his hotel room once he's dead.
Yeah. Okay.
The FBI.
The FBI. Yeah, the FBI. And they had John Trump come in to like work through everything and decide.
Right, yeah.
Yep. And so the theory is there. Okay, we just saw that Scotland is developing this.
Yeah.
And Scotland is usually a little behind America. You know, when it comes to technology and resources, they're a little behind America. So if Scotland has something like a directed energy weapon, then America's had it for a little while.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Trump gave us this thing when he was over visiting. Who knows?
Maybe.
He's
Maybe.
sneaky.
Okay.
So.
There you go. Yeah.
You're sneaky.
Right. Okay. Let me see. Anything? Okay. Nobody. All right. So, but basically, what we're talking about here is okay. So we have established that blue has a very significant property that can be used to directed energy weapons, right? And we've also said we've proven that there is definitely in production right now in public domain out where everybody can see it, proof that there is directed energy weapons being in development. And okay, so now this is a security video that really got people's attention. This is from Lahaina, I believe. Here we go.
The news out of Maui and the death toll climbing to 111 overnight as we learn more about what may have sparked the first fire. Gio Benitez starts us off with the latest. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, Michael, good morning. Yeah, for the first time, we're seeing new videos now of what may have started these fires in the first place, and they seem to point to downed power lines. It's all part of the investigation as the heartache here just grows.
This morning, as the death toll continues to grow on Maui, new video surfaces raising questions as to what may have sparked the deadliest wildfire in modern U.S. history. 111 people now confirmed dead, hundreds unaccounted for. Search and rescue teams have covered 38% of the impact zone. FEMA, the Red Cross, and the military all on the ground.
I can tell you it's going to be a long and costly recovery, but much of that work will be done here with our local people.
And watch as this security camera captures what could be an early trigger in that devastating wildfire. August 7th at 10:47 p.m., a day earlier. You hear a witness describe a flash that might be a tree falling on a power line.
It's windy, and then there's a flash, and I think that's when a tree's falling on a power line. The power goes out.
One expert saying those videos taken in upcountry Maui show the flames spreading and may be the first evidence of downed power lines igniting a fire.
We've got that video of that kind of explosion, and we've got 10 sensors in that community that show a very sharp drop in electrical voltage at precisely that same time.
Power line just went down.
By the next morning, August 8th at 6:37 a.m. in Lahaina, Shane True uses a garden hose to battle a fire.
That's the power line that started from up the road there, and all of that is still burning.
Authorities declaring that brush fire under control around 9 a.m., but then lost control of the flames hours later when the winds caused a flare-up to spread. By 5 p.m., Lahaina's historic Front Street up in flames. The power company saying it is still investigating what triggered the fire, adding the cause has not been determined. The loss weighing heavy as families are now being asked to provide DNA to account for the dead. Overnight, we spoke to the family of Bo Makai Estores Lozano, the 28-year-old still missing since last Tuesday. His mother telling us police visit.
You have the one about the water? Buddy?
What?
You have the video about the water? Or was that something else that I was
okay, what video is that?
When the director of public works was talking about water and why the water went down in Maui? And
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, that's a different one then. Okay. Yeah.
Well, you could have provided that, in the chat, and I would have.
I just thought about it. Anyway, I just thought about it. Anyway.
Oh, by the way, the fire that you were absolutely being useless in telling me the particular fire turned out to be the Paradise Fire in California earlier, and also there's a Santa Rosa fire, both of them in Northern California, which is very red, and yep, they called it the campfire. Right. We're going to show that very shortly. But what did you think about that flash? What did you notice about it?
It was blue.
It was blue. Okay.
Although the only thing is that you don't really see much of above it. That's the only thing, just with the angle.
Yeah.
Well, but you saw it through the trees, and there was a flash, and they're saying that that's electrical, but electrical doesn't create a flash. Electrical sparks.
Right.
That was very clearly a flash.
Yeah, that was a flash because I've seen a power pole transformer explode.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, okay. What's the biggest symptom that we have that something's a government cover-up? What always lets us know that there's a government cover-up?
They open their mouth.
Well, when the news suddenly has the exact same narrative, across the board, and this is what they were blaming it on right here.
Right.
The first of what is expected to be many lawsuits have been filed against Hawaiian Electric.
The lawsuits blame HECO for the devastation from the Maui fires, saying the company should have been prepared for this and could have done more to prevent this from happening. KITV4's Shanila Kabir reports.
Hawaiian Electric is Maui's main energy provider, providing almost every household and business electricity. Lahaina residents have filed a lawsuit against the company, claiming that it ignored forecasts from the National Weather Service, which contributed to Lahaina being ultimately burnt to the ground.
We'd like to see the people of Maui and the people of Hawaii in general have a safe, reliable electrical system, something where when there are hurricanes, they'll have enough to worry about. They don't have to worry about these catastrophic fires.
Gerald Singleton is representing at least 30 Lahaina residents. and he expects that number to go up as the investigation of the cause of the deadly Maui fires unfold. The lawsuit accuses the electric company of such things as negligence, resulting in wrongful death, severe personal injury, property damage, and loss. Hawaiian Electric allegedly failed to de-energize power lines in the midst of high wind.
Bunny, in that video, there was a blue car behind a bunch of burned up cars. All the cars around it were burnt up.
Yeah.
Windows gone, singed, everything. The blue car behind it still had the windows in it, and it wasn't burnt up.
No, and then the cars that were burned up were melted. Did you notice that? They're melted.
Oh yeah.
Melted, yeah.
And by the way, go ahead.
I have a question. Now, if we just assume for a minute that it was just a fire, is that amount of devastation likely?
Well, in previous fires that got out of control, everything was completely wiped out. But it was more there was like a more of a demarcation between like where the fire stopped and the rest of societies began. But everything within that ring would be destroyed. But what's weird is you saw from that video, you saw destroyed, pristine, destroyed, pristine. And you saw where there would be completely devastation, and then there's a stand of trees that you saw in that video. That's the not just for the narrative. I wanted to show you the scenes that they were scrolling across, because we saw the blue car, but there are blue trash cans in
and
Malibu
and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, blue trash cans. Yeah.
Because the recycled cans, because California is communist, and they require you having you have to have these recycle cans, but it's biting them in the ass, because those plastic recycle cans and these burned out lots are the only thing left.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
so
also you have to understand too, you have that wind, which was really freaking strong. So it would basically literally fan the flames, intensify that fire big time. But
once a fire is out though.
Yeah, the direction of that wind was basically to the coast. From the center out.
Presumably then, are we suggesting that there was more than one strike?
That's what we're suggesting. That's what we're suggesting.
How is it that there's no mention of other strange flashes? Because presumably people would still see it even at night, wouldn't they?
Depending on the type of beam, not all beams are visible.
Okay, blue light is not visible during the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so maybe that first strike was at night, and that was like a mistake. And then they saw that, people saw it. And then the rest of the strikes were during the day.
That would make sense.
Well, one thing you have to understand about satellites is satellites are orbiting the Earth at a different rotation. And so they don't stay constantly overhead. And so it can only operate within a certain parameters of time when they're in range. And so if it's coming from satellites, then the first strike would have had to come while it was in range. And evidently the first time it was in range was at night. But they were trying to get the fires up before the winds hit. Yeah, and that's the same thing that happened in Malibu, because the fires start right before the winds hit.
Yep.
And by the way, the mayor decided that she needed to be elsewhere.
Yeah, she was out of the country, literally.
And because they were calling for these high winds, in every situation they've called for high winds, and then boom, the fire hits, and then the high winds come through and fan it.
Right.
And so it's it's either California and Hawaii have the worst luck possible, or they're being targeted.
Well, wouldn't that constitute them having the worst luck possible as well?
Well, they live in a blue state. They get what they get, I guess.
I suppose so.
You keep voting these idiots in, and you're going to get what you get. I'm sorry, but that's presupposing that they're actually voting.
Yeah, exactly.
Good point.
Okay, so one more video to play, and then a possible reason behind it. Okay, so first of all, we started with the blue light, basically the unique characteristics of blue light, and then we covered the fact that these directed energy weapons and particle weapons are in use right now. They are possible, right? And then we've established that there was a blue light seen when the Lahaina, the fire started in Lahaina right before and they had it under control, and then suddenly, boom, there's fire right before the winds hit, and it went out of control again. And oh, by the way, people in Lahaina have still not been allowed to come back into their neighborhoods.
Why?
They're still locked out of their neighborhoods. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So another one happened up near Paradise, and this was the worst one before Malibu.
Yeah.
And this one was in a suburb of San Francisco that votes red. Every time. Yeah. So it's amazing how San Francisco, the bluest blue in the whole entire world, probably, it's untouched, but that suburb of theirs, it gets stopped to suburb that happen to vote blue all the time. So, but anyway, just saying, but they call it a campfire.
Red. They voted red.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, they voted
that, but they call it a campfire. So what's this? What's the narrative building? This is really interesting. And all across the board, you look this up, and it'll say campfire, 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 and all the clips of mainstream outlets say campfire. But here we go.
44 are dead in the California wildfires. 42 of those victims killed in the campfire, northern part of the state, well north of Sacramento. 125 acres torched there, including the town of Paradise, which is in ruins.
Picture a snow blizzard. It's just an ember blizzard, and all those embers were pelting, homes and pelting the ground. It's just absolutely heartbreaking to drive through Paradise and see the level of destruction.
Back live in Paradise, Claudia Cowan picks up our coverage yet again today for another day. Claudia, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. Reporting today from what was the Paradise Inn, this hotel, one of many here on the main Dragon Paradise that burned to the ground. And the human loss is now unmatched in the state. With the death toll from this fire climbing to 42, the campfire has become the deadliest wildfire in California history. And that grim figure is expected to rise, Bill. At last report, more than 200 people were still unaccounted for, and families are desperately searching for loved ones on the internet, posting pictures and last known locations. In burned-out neighborhoods, more than a dozen search and recovery teams are combing through the ashes, looking for remains. More search teams are on the way, along with mobile DNA labs, cadaver dogs, and portable morgue units from the military. Among those who lost everything in the fire, 90% of the city's first responders, 17 police officers, 33 firefighters, and more than 30 members of the sheriff's department all lost their homes. They're among the 52,000 evacuees trying to fathom the scope of devastation.
Pretty rough, especially on an emotional level, like just trying to have good spirits, and we'll rebuild one day, but it's definitely been tough.
It's been hard. Adapting to not living in my own house, not coming home every day to my house to do my normal day stuff, instead sitting here.
It's just so sad. President Trump has declared a major disaster in California. That means in addition to money secured by the state of emergency that the governor declared last week, fire victims will be getting federal funds to help pay for things like temporary housing and to cover uninsured property losses. The fire itself, 125,000 acres, now 30% contained. The big super tanker is here and helping. The modified 747 is the largest firefighting aircraft in the world.
Yeah, that's pretty mad, isn't it?
It's in 2018.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. Yeah.
Well, one thing about it is, did you notice that you had devastation, untouched patch, devastation, green, you know, like they were showing like one side of it's completely wiped out, and then there's this white building right there with green trees around it. And then over here, there's like more devastation. And what's really interesting is this was it hit right before the winds came through, and if you, I mean, you look and it's really unique. These fires are really unique in that when you look, there's like it's not uniform, right? And like in Lahaina, they would find cars in the middle of a field with no trees around it, melted. And you saw that in the video.
Right.
You saw a car that wasn't anywhere near where the source of fire, and it was melted. Its tires were melted.
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot of those aluminum rims, if they're aluminum rims, I think their melting point somewhere around the 2,000 to 2,500 degree mark, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So,
alloy rims don't go melt very easily.
In order for that to melt, it would have to be in the fire, or a very, very, very close to the fire.
Yeah.
Or potentially getting struck by some kind of directional energy weapon.
Yeah, it had to have some sustained heat.
Yeah.
For a prolonged period of time.
In it or close to it. Yeah.
Well,
very close to it.
Well, think about what happens if you put anything metal in a microwave. I mean, who here has like forgotten that they left a fork or a spoon in their dish when they went to reheat it?
We had a bowl. We had a bowl or a plate or something with metal around the sides. We forgot about it, and it went. You know.
Yeah, and then suddenly it started sparking. Yeah. If you have like gold filigree and it just suddenly it starts sparking, you're like, oh shit, you know.
That's exactly what it was. Yes, exactly.
Aluminum foil in there.
Well, so let's review. Okay, first of all, we determined that blue has a very unique properties, and it's a very focused light. And it's acted upon atmospheric elements. Okay. All right. 2, we've established that direct energy weapons are possible and are being used right now. And we saw a video of it, right? Okay. And they said in that video, it's like, well, other countries probably have their own versions of this that we're not privy to. Okay.
Right.
That's very important, right? Okay. So, thirdly, we get the positive, we get the blue light, we got the beams, and then we see where in Lahaina there's a blue flash that around the origin of the fire. Okay, a bright blue flash. Okay, so now we've got the light, we've got the beam, we've got touchdown in Lahaina at the very least, but all of these fires happen right before a forecasted high wind. Okay.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Thirdly, we see very sporadic damage. That doesn't happen. Normal fires, everything catches on fire together, and it's like uniform damage inside the line of fire.
Just go through it like a wave.
Exactly. And we started having fires right after Hurricane Helene in North Carolina, in the mountains of North Carolina.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you had one.
And we were going, what else? I mean, what else are we going to suffer here, right? And people were confused because that was right out in the hills of that hurricane. The underbrush was still wet.
Yeah.
And so, but we were having, all of a sudden, we were having these patches of fire that showed up, and it was always around areas that had like rare earth minerals or something like that, like Lake Lure and places like that. King, I think, was one of them. And so these fires started showing up.
What an interesting coincidence.
And so when people wouldn't sell their properties that were damaged by a mysterious hurricane that took a left turn,
a hard left,
that paused overhead of a region for longer than any hurricane before had paused over the top of a region, and then took a left turn.
And didn't lose its momentum either and force. No. Far inland, it was nuts.
And it happened again. Over Tampa Bay. It happened again in Florida. Except that one didn't have the amount of damage that we did.
So are we saying that the directional energy weapons are responsible for the hurricane there, or are we saying something else?
So that's something else.
Okay.
Lee Zeldin has already admitted that they have been trying to alter weather patterns with the
weather manipulation or
weather manipulation with the contrails and
or HARP, not HARP, no
HARP, exactly.
Yeah.
And so he confirmed that there was programs in place that he had put a stop to that were dumping like silver oxide into the atmosphere and things like that, to create weather patterns, and he put a stop to some of it. But so we know that there is something going on around land that they want to get a hold of. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're saying, okay, Stephen, you're full of crap. You know that's bullshit. The government's not trying to make a big land grab. Watch this clip.
Just breaking tonight, wildfire devastation into opportunity. Lawmakers in Sacramento just decided to pull the plug on a new plan that's been very controversial today to transform fire-scorched land into affordable housing. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf is live with us with the late-breaking developments on this. Matthew.
Well, most of the damaged lots in Pacific Palisades look like this, just empty, but many people are now worried what could happen to them. An eerie silence in Pacific Palisades, with lots listed for sale and controversy swirling.
It's irritating to think that other people are going to make decisions about what gets built.
Aileen Howe is one of thousands of residents closely watching Senate Bill 549. The proposal, already passed by the state Senate, would allow LA County to make a so-called Resilient Rebuilding Authority group. The goal would be to address housing shortage issues, but it would also buy fire-destroyed lots and rebuild a percentage of them as low-income housing.
It does sound quite a bit like Big Brother deciding what's good for all of us.
We had some low-income housing and we had affordable housing. We want what we had on January 7th.
Jessica Rogers is president of the Pacific Palisades Residents Association.
They're asking for a land grab.
When she heard about the new possible law, Jessica wrote this letter voicing opposition to lawmakers. In less than a week, it's been sent more than 22,000 times.
This is a rebuild. This is not a politicians get to decide a pet project on what they're going to do in the Palisades.
LA Mayor Karen Bass sent a letter to State Senator Ben Allen expressing opposition to SB 549, while California Governor Gavin Newsom tweeted the claim that the governor wants to bulldoze fire victims' neighborhoods and replace them with affordable housing is absurd. Late Wednesday, Senator Allen sending out a statement saying he appreciates the feedback and that it would be best for us to pause the bill until next year to give us more time to see if we can get it right.
Just give us our homes back and protect us from fire.
So that bill now on pause until next year, but many people here still watching very closely. We're live tonight. Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
Yeah, people caught wind of it and started making a big fuss about it. And they had to cover for it and say, "Oh well, we're going to pause it," or blah blah blah. And yeah,
Right.
it's all bullshit. They want the land. I mean, you saw the pictures right there on the freaking coast. That's why that property was so expensive. All of those homes, I can tell you this right now, none of those homes were tract homes. They weren't part of a freaking a community thing. It was actually individual custom built freaking homes. All of them.
Yep, all of them expensive, all of them in private ownership, and then
so
go ahead.
So the people they own the land as well.
They own the dirt.
Oh.
Yep.
They own the dirt.
That's the main.
And now
thing.
they own burned out patches of land, and they're not being allowed to rebuild. And James Woods predicted this. James Woods told them exactly what's going to happen.
Oh,
and so did Bill Maher. Believe it or not, Bill Maher said this was going to happen.
Adam Carolla, I think, mentioned it too.
Adam Carolla. Adam Carolla. He predicted the cheap housing. He predicted that wrinkle.
Right.
So basically, what's happening is the WEF put out a guideline, and there's like, they called it the Great Reset. Okay, first of all, depopulation. Yeah. First of all, depopulation, and secondly, basically universal health care, which is going to help with the depopulation. Trust me, I just went through that. Thirdly, people are not going to own their homes. They're not going to own anything.
Right.
And so property ownership is not in the Great Reset.
Oh, how unfortunate.
Yeah.
Property ownership for us.
And so if you're going to try any of the shit, go ahead.
No, I was going to say there's no property ownership for us peasants. Only the beautiful elitist banker motherfuckers can own land.
Yep, exactly. And so basically that's so if the elitists are going to try this, so they're going to roll this out, where else are they going to try it? But in a blue state with a super majority like Hawaii, like California, where they have control of basically all the power that from top all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
And basically they're seizing the most basically the best property on pretty much on the planet, property value wise. And people, and I dug through, and not only was there the campfire, narrative that Paradise was a campfire, but there's also a Santa Rosa, which is also affluent, also in mostly red voting county, and the same thing happened with them. If you look through and they were blaming theirs on the electrical. And so PG&E, the electrical in California, and so they're blaming Santa Rosa on electrical. They're blaming, they're blaming the Paradise Fire on electrical still going on while the fire was happening, and spreading it. And they blamed the Hawaiian electrical, say that the power lines, down power lines, were causing the spread of the fire. And so, what do you have? First of all, blue light has very specific qualities. Secondly, we know that directed energy weapons exist. Thirdly, there is a bright flash at Lahaina at the seat of the fire. Thirdly, the fire damages inconsistently in that it affects this and doesn't affect this right here, right close by, which is physically impossible. Fourthly, they have the exact same narratives. And it always, fifthly, it occurs at the exact same time, right before high winds. And then lastly, the government sweeps in, won't let people back in their property, and then acquires it because people have to have someplace to live. And this has happened and like multiple times now in the exact same way, in the exact same, and the mainstream media covers it with the exact same narratives every time, like they're reading off a script.
Of course, the mainstream media, when Barack Obama was still president, he signed that bill that basically reversed the what was it, the Smith-Mundt or
Smith-Mundt? Yep.
Smith-Mundt.
He didn't reverse it. He didn't reverse it. He just neutered it.
Yeah, and basically
he couldn't reverse it.
What that act was, it basically came about, I think, in the 1950s or 1940s, and it basically handcuffed, for lack of a better term, media. They weren't able to use propaganda or lie to the general public. They couldn't do that.
Well, what happened is it made them liable for any lies they told, and
right, exactly. They became financially liable.
The change to the Smith-Mundt Act that happened under Obama took away the liability, and so if you get so now if they get caught with a lie, which they have multiple times a day now, then they can't be held liable. Now what Trump did is that he sued them as a private citizen, and so while they can't be prosecuted, they can be held liable as a private citizen suing them and fortunately for him, the times that he sued them over things that were obvious and blatant. And so basically he's using the private sector to hold them accountable in a way that he can no longer do governmentally. Mm-hmm. Because of the repeal of the Smith-Mundt clause in the Smith-Mundt that allowed them to be held liable. But anyway, so here we are, gentlemen. We're coming at the end. I have made my case, and I will put it out to the poll right now.
Yep. There's a poll in my chat on my YouTube channel, so please, anybody over there, please participate in the poll. So far, I have one participant.
Is it a blue poll?
Yeah. The gold poll. And then Bunny's got a poll in his YouTube channel chat. So please participate in the polls.
Participate in the... Pretty please.
Pretty please.
Okay. I didn't have it brought up. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm going to end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, end. Okay. Ending the poll. I have 3 votes. 2 were for confirmed and 1 for debunked. Who the hell voted debunked? I mean,
I didn't see the time prophet in your chat, so apparently
I was thinking the same thing.
No, time prophet never shows up in my chat anymore. But who voted debunked? I'm sorry. I mean, in the middle, okay. I can get it in the middle, but debunked. How do you get debunked? That's somebody's being deliberate there.
Well, I got 3 votes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I got 3 votes.
Yeah.
And they're all 4 confirmed.
Okay. All right. And all is right with the world. Okay. Anyway, so I'm obviously confirmed. I was a little biased tonight. So Wiki, what do you say? What say you?
I say there's no coincidences. So yes,
Okay.
I'm confirmed. There's some shenanigans going on with that technology.
Okay.
And
So
things and shit.
so our Mr. Outsider, not living in America and looking for things from the outside, did I make my case for confirmed?
Who, me?
Yep.
What? But before I answer, I would like to know just what all is this blue light energy weapons effective on? What sort of things can it actually target and not target, etc.?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question, young man, because I have an explanation. So, particle beam weapons, their characteristic. Well, first of all, my question was, can particle beam weapons start fires? The answer was AI generated, and it says these weapons can be used to start fires as they disrupt the atomic and molecular structure of the target, leading to superheating and potential ignition.
Wow,
So,
really?
yes.
Because I was trying to work that out in my mind, because I was thinking, well, if it hits a house, what's it going to do? Is it going to set off is it going to heat the property up so that the flammable stuff goes off, or does it have to hit a specific point?
Particle, the technology disrupts the molecular properties and superheats the molecules. So it's
think about all the molecules, frictions, and
it will spontaneously combust, basically.
It would, pretty much.
Yeah, it's very similar to the particle beam weapons are similar to a microwave.
Yes.
Excellent.
And so they do agitate. They do agitate like the molecules until if you agitate molecules in anything fast enough and hard enough, you will eventually get heat. And so if it happens a very short amount of time, the flash point of anything just depends on how hot you can get it in a short amount of time.
Yeah, those weapons can more than likely make superheat stuff within a matter of seconds. And when I say superheat, you're looking at, something that could be, and Krull can probably figure this out, over 1,000 degrees centigrade or Celsius, instantly within seconds.
Well, think about it. What is metal? And it's in all pretty much everywhere. No matter how rural in the countryside, there's always going to be something metal in those areas because of the power grid.
Yeah.
Right.
Wires. Yeah.
Wires.
Yep.
Okay. And so, if anything, if anything needs to be superheated in a short amount of time, metal gets superheated in a short amount of time.
Right.
And so. What if basically if they basically superheat the wires and they'll fall down, and then suddenly they're like, oh, it's the wires that caused it. But basically the wires are the indication that there's something being superheated. But then they blame it on the wires. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, you see, my kind of thought was, well, would they have used some sort of particle weapon to hit a fuel source of some sort? Because we have a gas terminal out the road, maybe about 5, 6, 7 miles, and was always the worry. If that ever gets hot by anything, this town would probably go up. you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Oh, but yes. Getting back on point, I'm confirmed.
Okay, you're confirmed. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was confirmed before, but I'm even more concerned. Confirmed now.
All
right. Well, with the important guy giving his vote, I guess we'll go with.
I think we should have changed that to blue just for this one show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have, color shifted it. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway,
Yeah.
hindsight's 2020. There you go. But anyway, so thank you all for coming today. Hopefully, we gave you some entertainment. Hopefully, we were informative. Hopefully, we may change some minds. And yeah, there's definitely fire in the sky these days, and it's not aliens, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But anyway, so thank you all for coming, and we will try to be more consistent with cryptids and conspiracies. Hopefully, as life settles down.
Yes.
Hopefully Abby will feel better next week and we can have him back with his usual snarky self. And but if he's just going to give us good ideas and then beg off, then as long as we got the good ideas. There you go. Anyway, thank you all for coming, and we will see you next week. Same cryptid channel, same conspiracy time. And remember, truth is in the middle most of the time, and we will see you then. Have
Good
a
night, everybody. See you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Now, as soon as I can, here we go. All right.
Hit the button.